How was the beginning of your musical dreams for you?
Almost as soon as I knew I could sing, sort of thing. I didn't hard out seek that out as something I always wanted to do, but I did think that it would be cool to have that for pretty much a lifestyle, I guess, as a young fella even. So, but then even more specifically, in terms of wanting to pursue this career, I guess, the rise of the likes of Switter and mainly them actually, and just seeing how organic it was for them, to be able to do that for themselves as well as together, and even just the fact that they were doing it from home, was a light bulb moment almost. It was just oh wow, that's possible, and they're local, so it was looking at someone that was local, that on top of watching a lot of Bob Marley, and looking into a lot of his life inside and outside of music. It's just really inspiring too, as cliche as that is, I was almost because I was almost about to make reggae music. That's what I was pretty set on.
Did you always sing as a kid?
Yeah, I'd say so. Just randomly, around the house, or definitely always going out of town with my family. It's crack up because now that I'm thinking about it, that was almost all the time too. To the point where we'd not even have the radio and sort of just be singing on the way home. That's back before expressways too, so that was night trips. But yeah, I feel like I've always been singing.
You said earlier that you initially wanted to make reggae music. How did that transition kind of happen from wanting to be a reggae artist to getting into the likes of homebrew you're talking about, and now you have your own kind of niche?
Well, I think naturally, obviously I was wanting to make reggae music initially, and I think for me to end up changing my style, or what I actually was wanting to do as an artist, I guess, or what kind of sound specifically I was going for, just come from the phases I was going through, I guess. And naturally I just got stuck on R&B because resonates a bit more. Well, I don't even know if resonates the word, but in terms of what I feel, and how much more natural it is to make that music. It's I guess that's what made me change my mind in terms of the kind of sound and style that I wanted to go for.
How have you found balancing life lately with your music, and I assume that you also have other mahi on and also your whanau and things like that?
It's tough. It's tough only in the sense that for me specifically, I've just started this is my first time ever doing shuffle over the last couple of years. And, without sounding too whiny about it, it's tiring more than anything. So I guess in that sense, it takes a lot of time away purely because I'm just trying to sleep to recover. I'm pretty lucky in terms of my wife and her understanding around what I'm trying to pursue with all this. Sorry, that sort of makes it easier to be able to go and do what I need to do and still come home and everything's sweet.
Well, what would you say is your most proudest accomplishment so far?
Oh, my kids, without sounding cliche. My kids and my wife. Marrying someone's actually, funnily enough, something I've always wanted to do. Find someone that I can just, I know it's got me as much as I got them. Fire up. It's starting to get a bit choked up thinking about my wife. But yeah, my girls, easily.
You got a new song coming out pretty soon, Walk Through. Take us through the process of that song. What was the influence behind Walk Through?
I think with making R&B music, it's naturally most things are about, like relationships, or like mainly what I try and speak on is just love in general. Yeah, as cliche as that sounds as well, like that's why I try and project in my music. It's just a lot of good energy, really. And if not, if I'm talking about something that's like, actually quite serious, like which I have, like I try and I try and make out, like not add too much sadness to it at least, but try and tell a decent story as well, I guess. But with this song specifically, it was just one of those, like sitting in the room writing along to an instrumental, and naturally found inspiration because, like, from what I do with my wife, really, is if you listen to like the lyrics when it comes out, you'll be able to hear, like, I'm pretty much going on about like stuff that we do. Me and my wife, like going to the movies, like sitting in the background of the movies, and then like, I don't know if I mentioned dinner, but like me and my wife, it's always like dinner, movies, and then like now I've added pokies to it. So like, I pretty much just have that whole sequence like laid out, and I think it's the second verse of the song. So naturally, like even with a lot of, especially the like lovey-dovey songs that I write, like it's easy for me to just draw from either how I feel about my wife, how we feel about each other, or what we get up to that we enjoy doing with each other and stuff like that. And yeah, like that's it really. Like without sounding too bland, that's really it. Just hope it all goes well in terms of ends up piecing well together as a song. So, but yeah, that's about it.
All the darkness the night will take, can be sure that I'll find a